So much. So here's one of the scenarios. The results of today's election could mean Vice President Kamala Harris becomes the first female, Black, and South Asian president of the United States. And she does have, as we know, a strong connection to Canada, having spent many of her most formative years as a teenager going to high school in Montreal. And to this day, she still speaks about some of the connections she made during her time here. Jacob Wisoki, Executive Vice Chair of Democrats Abroad Canada, is joining us this morning from Montreal. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk about backstory. Take us back. What brought the Harris family in the first place to Montreal?
Yeah, so in 1976, when Kamala was 12 years old, her sister and her mother, Shyamala, moved to Montreal because her mother got a job teaching and doing breast cancer research at McGill University and at Montreal Jewish General Hospital. So yeah, they moved here when she was 12 in 1976. And yeah, she speaks fondly of her time in Canada, but at first she wasn't so happy about moving. She actually wrote in her memoir that I was 12 years old, and the thought of moving away from sunny California in February in the middle of the school year to a French-speaking foreign city covered in 12 feet of snow was distressing. So yeah.
I can imagine, yeah, with being a 12-year-old too, that's such a pivotal moment in your life. And we know that she went to Westmount High School in Montreal. What do we know about what she was like in high school?
Yeah, so I mean, I think we have to go back to even before high school. She actually started during her grade 7 year at a French-speaking school, and she remembers constantly saying quoi, 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 thinking she sounded like a duck because she didn't really know much French. So then she moved when she was 13 to her grade 8 year at an English-speaking elementary school called Faces, or now École Face, which is right next to McGill. I'm a student at McGill. I walk past it every day when I go to class, so it's a fun little reminder. But while she was there, when she was 13, she's always had making the world a better place in mind. When she was 13, she organized a bunch of her friends and neighbors to stage a protest in front of their apartment building because her landlord had a rule that didn't allow children to play on the apartment building's lawn. And the protest was successful. She organized it with her sister. So that, I guess you could say, was the beginning of her justice-oriented career.
So interesting.
But yeah, moving into high school, she continued to be active. Her friends, classmates described her as extremely bright, extremely intelligent, and just a super exciting, fun teenager.
Fun teenager. I wonder, do you know if she was involved in sports, student council, that type of thing, extracurriculars?
Yeah, so she actually, with her best friend Wanda, founded a dance troupe called the Midnight Magic. So yeah, she was very involved. She loved dancing. She had a dance troupe. First her troupe was called Super Six, and then Midnight Magic. So yeah, it was an all-female dance troupe that she founded, and she was super involved in that.
I love that she speaks about Wanda. What do we know about their friendship?
Yeah, so Wanda was, and still is, one of Kamala's closest friends. They spent a lot of their time together, and Wanda also played a pivotal role in Kamala's career and life path. So they were best friends in high school. When they were in high school, Wanda eventually confided in Kamala that she was facing sexual abuse from her stepfather. After that shocking news, Kamala, along with her mother, Shyamala, insisted that Wanda move in with them. Wanda ended up living with Kamala and her mother and her sister for a few years. And Kamala remembers speaking back on that, saying that that experience shaped her sense of justice and later inspired her career as a prosecutor committed to defending vulnerable individuals like Wanda.
Thank you so much for putting her earlier life in context for us that has shaped so much of who she is today. Jacob, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.